Okay, y'all. So, why does it feel like evil people or people who just do things wrong sometimes win? Like, why does it feel like they get away with some of this? Well, if you've ever asked yourself that question, then today's psalm, which is Psalm 10, is for you and me. Okay, so let's read David's raw prayer and see where it leads to. Oh Lord, why do you stand so far away? Why do you hide when I am in trouble? The wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Let them be caught in the evil they plan for others. For they brag about their evil desires. They praise the greedy and curse the Lord. The wicked are too proud to see God. They seem to think that God is dead, yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. They sneer at all their enemies. They think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever. Their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tips of their tongue. They lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They are always searching for helpless victims, like lions crouched in hiding. They wait to pounce on the helpless. Like hunters, they capture the helpless and drag them away in nets. Their helpless victims are crushed. They fall beneath the strength of the wicked. The wicked think God isn't watching us. He has closed his eyes and won't even see what we do. Arise, O Lord. Punish the wicked, O God. Do not ignore the helpless. Why do the wicked get away with despising God? They think God will never call us to account, but you see the trouble and grief they cause. You take note of it and punish them. The helpless put their trust in you. You defend the orphans. Break the arms of these wicked, evil people. Go after them until the last one is destroyed. The Lord is king forever and ever. The godless nations will vanish from the land. Lord, you keep the hopes of the helpless. Surely you will hear their cries and comfort them. You will bring justice to the orphans and the oppressed, so mere people can no longer terrify them. It is so clear that David is processing through something that probably recently occurred, and he's asking God, why is it that people who do things wrong get away with so much? Why is it that you allow this to happen? But here's one thing that I love about David is that he continues to remember who God is. We see that as we start verse 16, the Lord is king forever and ever. The godless nations will vanish from the land. Lord, you know the hopes of the helpless. Surely you will hear their cries and comfort them. You will bring justice to the orphans and the oppressed, so mere people can no longer terrify them. He doesn't sit in that frustration. He does ask the questions, but then he goes back and he remembers the history of God. And that's what we have to do when we are discouraged, when we are frustrated, when we're feeling overwhelmed, when people are doing things against us, when it seems like the wicked are succeeding. We have to go back and remember the history of God. The Bible, this book right here, is his history book. And we get to go back to this history in our own life history and say, but you know what? God, you will bring justice. You will bring about victory in this situation. Lord, you see the cries of your people. And this is what David always does. And I believe that because of that, God called him the apple of his eye because he saw who God really was in the midst of every situation that he was in. And we want to learn to do the same thing in our own lives. All right, y'all. So let's talk about the big picture here when it comes to Psalm chapter 10. And this is a lament psalm, not surprising, that David is crying out against injustice and asking God to act. He's like, can you please intercede? Can you act in this situation and in the situations around us? And the emotional or the theological tone here is that it's just honest and bold. David is going before the Lord and he is just being honest with his heart, the things that are bothering him. And he's being very, very bold in how he is approaching him. And he's showing that we can ask hard questions in faith, but we have to always come back around to the truth of who God is. Where does this psalm fit in the bigger story of scripture? Psalm 10 echoes a core biblical theme. God hears the cries of the oppressed. It is a theme that shows up all throughout the Old Testament and all the way into the New Testament with the prophets and into the mission of Jesus. So we know that he hears the cry of the oppressed. So now let's take a look at the key verse in this text. And it is verse 14. It says, "But you see the trouble and grief they cause. You take a note of it and punish them. The helpless put their trust in you. You defend the orphans." God isn't absent, y'all. He is fully aware of what's going on. He's just and he's working even when it seems otherwise, when it seems like we don't know what he's doing. So let me ask you this question. What area of your life do you feel like, well, maybe God doesn't see this? Maybe he isn't aware of this specific situation being done to me. If you're comfortable, talk about it in the comment. But if you don't want to share that, then just say, hey, y'all, can you pray for me? I'm dealing with something right now. And this psalm just ministered to me. Let us know in the comments so that we could be praying for you and covering you and believing on your behalf that God is going to be God in your situation. All right. So as always, don't forget to grab the Your Summer in the Psalms journal. And if you go to wordandseed.com, everything is laid out for you. But we also have the YouVersion Bible plan that goes along with our Psalms study. And of course, right here on YouTube, if you turn on your notifications, then when a new teaching comes out, which is daily, as we go through the summer in the Psalms, you will be notified right in your email. You can find out all the instructions by going to wordandseed.com or clicking the link in the bio. And as always, time with God is time we, you, and I will never regret spending. I'll see you in Psalm chapter 11.